Attention please. Turkish Airlines flight number TK2159 Istanbul is ready for departure. Passengers are requested to proceed.
Welcome back to If You Laugh, You're Conservative. Today we're going to have a healthy mix of Charlie Kirk videos, some wholesome videos, and then just some funny videos.
Stephen King was dragged all day yesterday. And then he couldn't just apologize. He said, I apologize for saying Charlie Kirk advocated stoning gays. What he actually demonstrated was how some people cherry pick biblical passages. What?
Yeah, I guess that's basically the same thing.
And so Stephen King, he was mad. He was proven wrong. Think about this. If you really loved the gays and you thought that someone advocated for stoning them to death, and then you find out that they didn't ever actually advocate for stoning them to death, wouldn't you be happy about that? Wouldn't you say instead, oh, gay community, this guy didn't want to stone you to death. Isn't that great? No, he was still mad. He doesn't give a rat's ass about the gays. He doesn't care about the truth of anything. It's about ego, power, and control. He was still mad. That is why it's not an apology. And here's the difference. Charlie would have accepted it, and then Charlie would have invited Stephen King on his podcast to talk about it as a gesture of goodwill. Would Stephen King have done the same?
This is Charlie Kirk on the Whatever podcast, which is a bottom of the barrel podcast where they just bring on OnlyFans girls and make fun of them for their life decisions. But listen to what Charlie Kirk says after his episode on the show.
Thank you guys for a respectful conversation, even though we see things very differently. And if you're engaged in the creation of that content, I think God has a better plan for you. I know that might sound preachy and not what you want to hear, but maybe you'll have an encounter with God, and Jesus loves all of you, and he can transform your life. He transformed my life, and every day is a new day, and it's a hopeful, beautiful life ahead of you. And God loves every single one of us. We're all sinners, and Jesus died.
I mean, you've definitely been the most respectful one that I've seen.
Well, thank you. That's very, very kind. And I can tell you, it's not me. If it was me, I'd be yelling and screaming. It's the Holy Spirit. It really is. I know it might sound silly, it might sound cliche, but Jesus has gone to work on my life. And so God bless you guys. Thank you for a great discussion.
Charlie, thank you for coming.
I hope that, like me, you've gone out and found more of Charlie's clips, seen more of his videos from the past. Charlie, in his short 31 years here on Earth, has left a treasure trove of wisdom for us to readily consume online.
There's a reason why the dress for the man is the same at a wedding and a funeral, because you're saying goodbye to your previous self. The woman is the icon, the symbol of beauty, almost always in all white, right? Ascendant. The man is usually in black and white, like he's attending somebody's death, because it is his death. But think about it. It's the death of the bachelor mindset. It's the death of promiscuity. It's the death of the wandering eye. It's the death of immoral behavior. It's the death of texting girls casually. It's the death of I get to do what I want to do. It's the death of just going to the bar with friends. It's the death of acting like an infant. It's the death of playing video games till 1 a.m.
Before anything else, conservative activist, civil rights leader, in my opinion, Charlie was a husband and a father. I will never get my confidence back after this injury. I don't think I'll ever ride again. Again? Were you ever riding in the first place? I don't think I'll ever race again. Yes, yeah, that's equivalent.
Stop. Stop. Stop! Stop!
Oh, yeah. The bird's taking off, man. Now, if you've ever been in a men's locker room, some of them wet towels, you have not felt pain. You accidentally spill protein powder. I don't think that was just protein powder. Little guy's juicing. Oh my gosh, cuteness overload. Let this be a reminder to you that Charlie Kirk wanted to reestablish the American family. He wanted us to have as many kids as we could. bro is vibing. You know, proof that with pit bulls, it's not the dog, it's the owner. After taking a sip of Mom's special water cup. Whoa. Who gave this kid a phone? Come on. Pilot pays his tribute to Charlie in the sky. God bless, man. Pretending to fall asleep with a cheese stick. Dun, 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 she can't see me. Bum, 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 dun, dun, dun. Liking the video so far, click below to subscribe for more. His weapon was a microphone. They feared his voice.
Only in America is it possible to say, you know what, I don't like the way the country is going, and to do something about it. Take that risk. Take that leap of faith. Stay involved. Trust God and act obediently. Romans 12:2 verse. That God will use all things, for good for those who love him. It's bigger than you. I want you to remember that.
So I've gotten hundreds of emails from people from Australia, New Zealand, Germany, the UK, asking for something to memorialize Charlie Kirk. So I've created these memorial hats. We are Charlie. It also says never surrender and the great and legendary. All proceeds are donated to Turning Point USA to help Charlie's mission live on. If 50 bucks is too steep, I completely understand. Go to tpusa.com to donate directly, or you can donate to a Charlie Kirk statue that's to be erected at Utah Valley University. I still can't get the image out of my head. Now, a lot of people watch Charlie's assassination online. Unfortunately, that footage is not hard to find. This footage is from a subscriber. Her name is Missy. This is not the gunshot footage. I thought it'd be prudent to show you the energy and the enthusiasm of the crowd leading up to the tragedy.
Everybody, you know how it works. Question and answer. Also, thank you to Lane from Why Refi. That was great. Really appreciate it. And we're going to be here for a couple hours. Get comfortable. Bring the best libs that Utah has to offer.
Bring the best libs that Utah has to offer. This was the very vocal crowd of liberal protesters chanting pedophile, F you, all kinds of slurs and love and tolerance from the balcony.
They're scared, everybody.
Hell yeah.
All 5 of them. We're taking this country back, everybody.
Charlie said they were scared, and how right he was. So scared that they had to put a bullet in him. Actually went to the lion's den of all these liberals up on the balcony and asked them what they'd want to change in the Cracker Barrel logo.
I'm Julie, I'm the CEO of Cracker Barrel. I just want to know if you guys had any suggestions for the new logo.
Yeah, I got a couple.
What would you like to see?
I think you should rehire Brad's wife.
I'm the CEO of Cracker Barrel.
Oh,
That's
okay.
highly offensive.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Where are the Epstein files? Trump is a pedo! Trump's a pedophile!
Just love and tolerance all around me.
In the midst of what has happened to Charlie Kirk and to his beautiful, phenomenal wife and children, I want to urge everyone within my industry, the social media influencers, the content creators, the creative entertainment industry, of which has the greatest and deepest influence on the rest of the world, meaning there is a deeper urgency in said field. For all my fellow content creators, if you are not bold for Christ, if you call yourself a man or a woman of God, and you're not bold, then you better do some deep reevaluating.
The strength behind Charlie's message is it was rooted in Christianity. And whether you're religious or not, it's hard to deny that the power of his movement came from his faith, his family, and his pursuit of freedom. Okay. Okay. Something tells me this isn't going to work out as well. What my wife thinks happens when I leave off the I in I love you.
Okay, babe, I'm heading out.
Okay, babe, I love you.
Love you too. I left out the I. Time to go cheat.
That's not a skit, it's a documentary.
Charlie Kirk, it doesn't seem real.
No.
It seems very surreal.
It does.
It seems like it's going to take a long time before we reference this as something that happened.
Is he a friend?
No. I met him once.
Okay.
I met him once at a gun range, of all places.
Wow.
He was a nice guy.
Don't you love it when the left blames Charlie Kirk for his own assassination?
He's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this.
Oh, it gets worse.
Who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech.
It gets even worse.
Aimed at certain groups.
Oh, my God.
And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions.
Really,
And I think that's the environment we're in.
Really,
that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place. And that's the unfortunate environment.
I mean, this goes beyond propaganda, folks. This is just straight up nonsense from the jump. Shamelessly trying to pin Charlie's own assassination on Charlie's words. Since when do we live in a country where simply voicing mainstream conservative positions, supporting life, deregulation, personal accountability, constitutional rights, suddenly that becomes a justification for murder? That's how far the Democrats' logic has gone, folks.
First Amendment rights, you can say whatever you want about a group of people. Not everyone has to agree with you. As long as you're not inciting violence, like saying, hey, that one guy, let's go over there and beat him up, let's go kill him, that's freedom of speech. And this dude that was on MSNBC, if he can say that Charlie deserved it because of his thoughts and his words, that tells you all you need to know about left-wing media. People in the UK loved Charlie Kirk.
How did you feel in the UK when you heard about Charlie Kirk?
I cried. When I heard the news, the first thing I did was pray.
Wow.
And my prayers wasn't answered. My opinion on that is that all the millions of people around the world who was praying for Charlie and God didn't answer our prayers, there was a reason for that. God needed to take Charlie for us. Make Charlie a martyr. And as has been said across the years, God works in mysterious ways. And I think, in my opinion, God needed to take Charlie. God rest his soul. The world will never be the same again. It's absolutely horrendous. I was broken-hearted. I'm still in shock, to be honest with you. I don't think I'll get over the shock for a few days. So I hope today is a big celebration of Charlie Kirk's life and all the hard work he did in the world of common sense, because Charlie was a lovely man. He spoke common sense and decency, and he was a God-loving Christian.
Since last Wednesday, I've gotten hundreds, maybe even close to 1,000 emails from people all over the world sending condolences. UK, South Africa, Germany, Poland, Canada, Brazil. The outpouring of love and support behind Charlie's movement, it's been overwhelming. It just goes to show how truly loved Charlie was by not just Americans, but people worldwide.
Still trying to wrap our heads around the senseless murder of the popular podcaster and conservative activist Charlie Kirk yesterday, whose death has amplified our anger, our differences. And I've seen a lot of extraordinarily vile responses to this from both sides of the political spectrum.
Shut up, Jimmy. You're the one that stoked the fire, man. All of your rhetoric around Trump being a racist and a Nazi, you're part of the problem.
The rhetoric that inspired Charlie Kirk's assassination was started, perpetuated, and is still being promoted by the Democrat Party. There's only one side that has spent years calling their opponents Nazis and fascists. And let me say something, folks, because I don't think I have to explain this to most of you, but here's the reality. When you call somebody a fascist or a Nazi, you're effectively giving moral cover to any act of violence against them. Think about it. What would you do if you truly believed you were facing someone who represented movements that throughout history led to the genocide of millions upon millions of people? Your moral response, if you buy into that framing, is to take them out before they act.
Not all Charlie Kirk memorials or vigils have to be in stadiums, have to be written in the sky by an airplane. This young man, before his race, he decided to take a moment to honor Charlie.
I was raised as a single mom. You're very poor. I know you don't believe that. Okay, because I got a rich kid face. Like, you see this face, you think I'm going to be like, hey, do you know who my father is? But it was more like, hey, do you know who my father is? You know?
We recently found out like Charlie Kirk was a organ fan, right? I didn't know that. I hurt for his wife Erica and their kids. Like that sort of evil should never exist in our country, and that's what it is. It's evil. If you disagree with me, if you hate me, if you don't like me, just know this: I love you. I absolutely love you, right? And life matters, and that's no way that Charlie should have experienced that. His family should experience that. There's no way that that evil should exist in this world, and we have to continue to identify it and point it out.
When someone breaks into your house and now it's time to exercise your Second Amendment right. I used to think shotguns were good for home defense. I have since switched to a 9mm. Drop your home defense gun in the comments down below. Ohio State kneels for a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk.
Local pilot paid his own tribute to Kirk this morning. Around 6:30 a.m., a flight tracking software shows the pilot flew in this pattern near Phoenix, creating a cross with a C and a K. They landed about an hour after taking off.
Wow. Notice how zero conservatives are calling for gun control. We still believe in the truth. Guns don't hurt people. Liberal ideologies do. Absolutely.
This young woman asked AI, what would Charlie say right now?
First, I want you to know I'm fine, not because my body is fine, but because my soul is secure in Christ. Death is not the end. It's a promotion. Don't waste 1 second mourning me. I knew the risks of standing up in this cultural moment, and I'd do it all over again. Second, do not let this violence divide us further. The enemy wants chaos, fear, and retaliation. Don't give it to them. Instead, double down on truth. Double down on courage. Double down on your faith and on your families. That is how you honor me. Third, remember this. America is worth it. Free speech is worth it. Fighting for the unborn, for families, for sanity in a culture gone mad, it is all worth it. So dry your tears, pick up your cross, and get back in the fight. Do it with joy, do it with strength, and never ever let evil think it won.
That's exactly what he'd say.
Sydney tribute to Charlie Kirk. It's worldwide. Wow. You know, a lot of times in these videos I say God bless America, God bless Australia, God bless every country around the world that paid homage to Charlie.
This is a message to our American friends from Orania here in South Africa. The community of Orania shows respect for Charlie Kirk and empathy for American friends after receiving the tragic news of his passing last night. After the brutal assassination of the conservative debater and public figure Charlie Kirk, a spontaneous request came from the citizens of Orania. And that request was that the leadership of the town council show our communal respect to commemorate the life and the impact of Charlie and the plight of Christians worldwide. And this is a symbolic gesture which we normally reserve for the death of an Oranian citizen, and that is to lower the Orania flag to half-mast. The flag, which flies between Orania's safety and security building and our old age home, is publicly visible. And the half-mast setting is associated with extreme sadness in the community in times of loss and sorrow.
Instead of frying your kid's brain, letting them watch Miss Rachel, try this educational alternative. Is that the Jersey Shore? How to teach your kids what not to do. There's a patriot right there. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Now there's a gay guy here in Utah that waves around a rainbow flag that says F Trump. I don't think he has a job. Should I do a video going up and talking to him? We're just gonna talk. I'm conservative. We talk with words, not bullets. Now this is the full context of the conversation everyone's quoting about Charlie saying some gun deaths every year are fine to protect our Second Amendment rights. But here's the full conversation.
I just had a question related to Second Amendment rights. We saw the shooting that happened recently, and a lot of people are upset. But I'm seeing people argue for the other side that they want to take our Second Amendment rights away. How do we convince them that it's important to have the right to defend ourselves and all that good stuff?
Yeah, it's a great question. Thank you. So I'm a big Second Amendment fan, but I think most politicians are cowards when it comes to defending why we have a Second Amendment. This is why I would not be a good politician, or maybe I would, I don't know, but because I actually speak my mind. The Second Amendment is not about hunting. I love hunting. The Second Amendment is not even about personal defense. That is important. The Second Amendment is there, God forbid, so that you can defend yourself against a tyrannical government.
Come on.
And if that talk scares you, wow, that's radical, Charlie. I don't know about that. Well, then you have not really read any of the literature of our founding fathers. Number two, you've not read any 20th century history. You're just living in Narnia. By the way, if you were actually living in Narnia, you would be wiser than wherever you're living, because C.S. Lewis was really smart. You just don't want to face reality that governments tend to get tyrannical, and that if people need an ability to protect themselves and their communities and their families. Now, we must also be real. We must be honest with the population. Having an armed citizenry comes with a price. Wow. And that is part of liberty.
Wow.
Driving comes with a price. 50,000 people die on the road every year. Wow. That's a price. You get rid of driving, you'd have 50,000 less auto fatalities. But we have decided that the benefit of driving, speed, accessibility, mobility, having products, services, is worth the cost of 50,000 people dying on the road. Wow. So we need to be very clear that you're not going to get gun deaths to zero. It will not happen. Right. You can significantly reduce them through having more fathers in the home, yes, by having more armed guards in front of schools. We should have an honest and clear reductionist view of gun violence, but we should not have a utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. Wow. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe. Sure. So then how do you reduce? Very simple. People say, oh, Charlie, how do you stop school shootings? I don't know. How did we stop shootings at baseball games? Because we have armed guards outside of baseball games. That's why. How did we stop all the shootings at airports? We have armed guards outside of airports. How do we stop all the shootings at banks? We have armed guards outside of banks. How do we stop all the shootings at gun shows? Notice there's not a lot of mass shootings at gun shows. Oh. There's all these guns because everyone's armed. If our money and our sporting events and our airplanes have armed guards, why don't our children?
Show tonight to Charlie Kirk. God bless you, Charlie. You can kill a man, but you can't kill a message.
This country is stronger than any man, stronger than any violence. It's the freest country in the history of the world. And it's worth fighting for. It's worth defending with all your heart. Because we've been able to live our lives in the freest country in the history of the world, but what we need to fight for is our children and our grandchildren. And that's what Charlie was thinking. I've never seen anybody get so much more out of life in 31 years. Charlie Kirk.
You want to come up here and talk? Come on up, tough guy. Come on.
Sorry, man. I was just saying that's a Nazi America.
To return people that break into your country back home?
Because like mass deportation really just is like cleansing the land.
No, it's not. It's restoring the law.
Yeah, man, but law is not a moral compass.
Yes,
like
it is.
Justice is greater than the country, greater than money, greater than God. Justice is the human universe.
Justice is not greater than God. What are you talking about?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
you're tripping, bro.
Hold on. So, let me ask you a question. If someone breaks into your country, what should the punishment be?
I was going to give you a different question, man.
Well, I just answered. It's very simple. You said we're Nazi America, so tell me, if someone breaks into the United States, what should the punishment be?
I wouldn't say it's breaking in most of the time, dude.
No, it is.
I would say like, I mean, dude, because like, if other countries are economically bad and they're coming here, like they want to come here.
Doesn't matter. If someone goes and robs a 7-Eleven, you don't get like a lesser penalty if you're broke. What is wrong, regardless of your socioeconomic status.
I get you, man. No, I get you. But like, law is not a universal thing.
No, they are. No, that's not correct. We believe, as Christians and in the West, in an axiological truth, which that every human being has written on their heart some form of right or wrong. It is inherently wrong to steal other people's stuff. It's inherently wrong to walk into people's homes uninvited. It's inherently wrong to go after somebody and harass them or whatever. Yeah. So it's a universal law that you don't get to go places where you aren't invited.
The biggest hack, and you guys know this is something new. It's called layering. You know this. So anything you're doing, try to fit 2 or 3 things on top of it. So if I'm traveling to go speak, listen to an audiobook, right? I mean, obviously, so then all of a sudden I'm getting 2 things done at once. If I'm training or working out, okay, I'm also going to be trying to listen to a podcast that I need in preparation.
I take all my calls on the treadmill.
100%. It's amazing, right? Or like, so I try to, I'm a big walker. I think there's a couple health hacks out here that are right in front of us that nobody ever wants to talk about, right? I'm a huge believer in sleep. Like massive believer. I think it's totally undervalued. I'm a major believer in walking. I think we don't talk about walking enough. Just walking, not running, not deadlifting, not cold plunging, just walking. Okay. I'm a big believer in fasting. I think fasting's like untapped power. And then I just think like not eating terribly. This, not those 4 things, you're actually going to be pretty relatively healthy.
Yeah. I was just going to ask if you see the irony in your own propaganda in the Constitution on your brainwash tour. Having the explanations here because you don't believe the reader is smart enough to understand the language is kind of propaganda.
Well, no. So do you know who that audience is for?
For people who can't read it.
Yeah, that's a Constitution for 3rd graders.
Yeah. Why are you handing it out to college students?
Let's test your knowledge. Don't open it up. Right. What is the 10th Amendment?
Sounds like you needed it, buddy.
Okay, let's get easier. What's the 4th Amendment?
Isn't that the No Quartering Act?
No, that's the 3rd Amendment. How many articles are there in the U.S. Constitution?
There's 8 articles.
7. What is Article 3 of the U.S. Constitution?
I just want to ask.
No, but I'm just saying, you came here, guns a-blazing. Yeah. You do not know more than a 3rd grader about the U.S. Constitution.
if you don't see the article.
Yeah, I actually know it. You should keep it.
I was just...
Roasted.
The more videos I see of Charlie, the more I realize he was basically a perfect example of what a young man should strive to be. And I think that's what they hate the most. He is someone who advocated everyone gets married young and has kids as soon as possible. He completely advocated for people to not participate in hookup culture. The last video I saw of him that inspired me to make this, he was saying, if you want to be the best version of yourself and you want to live the best life that you could possibly live, you can't do what everybody else does. You can't go to the bars every weekend, get blackout drunk every weekend, and hook up with a random stranger every weekend. That is so unfulfilling. And Charlie was literally a perfect representation, bro. He was a hard-working individual. He had a purpose that was bigger than himself. He fought for truth, and he fought evil. He advocated everyone had kids. And I think the thing that the system fears the most is people thinking for themselves, but not only thinking for themselves, but having children that also think for themselves. And I don't want to use Charlie's name for views whatsoever, but I feel so compelled to talk about this because I don't want his death to be for nothing.
Welcome to Liberty. I got a lot of haters saying that I can't throw, so here we are. We're at the greatest Christian university on the planet. This is a football, regulation size. This is the 50-yard line. Liberty, go Flames. I have my honorary doctorate from here. This is Christian. Hey guys. Start on the 50. This is for all the people who said I can't throw a football. This is for you. All right, Christian, go.
Nice. Wasn't Charlie also a basketball player too? POV, your wife spends your entire vacation budget on a $20,000 hotel room. Yeah. Worth every penny.
I'll see you when I'll see you. I love you very much.
My friend Charlie Kirk carried that torch, and it is.
When America needed a hero, God sent us a Charlie Kirk.
He never backs down from the fight because he knows who and what he fights for, and that is God, it's his family, and it's country.
I love you so much.
I love you.
You're my best friend.
Well, God bless you guys. Talk to you soon.
I made some stupid comments about Charlie Kirk on the day that he was shot. I said some things on Blue Sky and on Threads that I'm sorry, not sorry for, but I said them.
You said sorry, not sorry, and this is your apology video?
And I deleted them when it was requested that I do so.
I mean, I deleted them, even though I meant it.
By my employer. And then today, on a weekend.
Oh, no.
On a weekend, I'm told that I am no longer employed at Microsoft. After 6 years, building the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Department from scratch.
Wow, that department shouldn't have even existed in the first place. A DEI department?
I lose my job because one of you, some random...
Oh, no. Don't you blame anyone else but yourself, sir.
Person reports my posts to my employer, goes out of their way to find out where I work, and takes my job, takes my security away from me for a thought.
Isn't it ironic that they took away Charlie's life for a thought?
For an opinion, and you talk about freedom of speech like you care about it, and you're just going to take my money, my life, my food off my plate because I don't like Charlie Kirk? That's not okay. It is not okay to target me because I felt joy that day. I can't help how I feel.
I hope God can help you because I don't know who else could. Even though I disagree with celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, I do believe in the freedom of speech to do so. However, when you work in America, you work at will. You're employed at will. That means you can quit at any time for any reason. And for the most part, you can get fired for any reason outside of blatant discrimination. So do I think this literal DEI hire deserved to be fired? Absolutely.
I felt joy. That's me. That's what I believe. That's what I think of him. I can't help that. So I don't deserve a job?
Why did it need to be in a wine glass? What? I know a lot of you are still eating this.
Man, you talk about a head full of hair.
Wow.
Come on, man. She got hair like one of them little dolls that you be getting. This don't even look real.
I just want to know how much shampoo that takes. She buys it by the gallon. When you're so glad you defunded the police.
I cannot stand those racist pigs.
I think it's great that we have cops. We need protection.
I hate cops. Oh! Give me your wallet! Call the cops!
Yeah.
Come on. It's taking so long. There's a 45-minute wait because they're understaffed. What?
Massive turnout in Huntington Beach, California this evening to honor Charlie Kirk. God bless you all. God bless Charlie. This is how sick liberal women raise their children.
Back. I have the best news ever.
What?
Donald Trump died.
Second best news.
The Vice President died.
Okay, third best news.
Elon Musk died.
Okay, no. Nobody died. My best friend's getting married.
Which one is it?
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged.
I'm calling CPS.
If you're a Christian who felt the need to post a little black square to honor a drug overdosing felon in 2020, but you are silent today when it comes to Charlie Kirk, I would look into that.
Charlie Kirk said stay-at-home moms are heroes.
Mom is not a job. It is the most important task an individual can take, period. Sorry to interrupt you. I mean that. It is so nasty and so wrong. Stay-at-home moms are heroes, and we need more stay-at-home moms in this country, not less. You will never be the best version of yourself if you allow other people to convince you that you can't be better because of your skin color, because of your sexual identity, because of the community you came from. You must resist those narratives at all costs if you truly want to be successful in America.
You know, guys, I'm trying to put in some funny videos, but I just keep gravitating back towards Charlie Kirk.
Cold, the woke person, dyed hair, tote bag, and a slogan t-shirt. Educate yourself, he insists. Translation, agree with me, or you're ignorant. Yet he gets all his facts, not from credible sources, but from TikTok. Whenever the debate gets too real, he retreats to his safe space and says, we're not ready for that conversation. He preaches knowledge is power, which actually means I watched a 7-minute YouTube video, and now I'm an expert. And if you dare to question him, he hits you with his ultimate weapon. Be better. Do your own research. Yes, the woke person, forever stuck in an echo chamber of wokeness. If you dare to stay silent, you are the problem. If you speak up, you're still the problem.
You forgot to give him a firearm. I hear that's how they like to have conversations these days. Thousands of New Yorkers showed up to Long Island to light up the sky with a candlelight vigil for Charlie Kirk. I'm not exaggerating when I say you can literally find thousands of these videos honoring Charlie.
I did a Caitlyn Jenner joke on The Late Show with Colbert, and I got a nasty email about it. They're like, you don't get it. You're a straight white man. Caitlyn Jenner's had it hard. Has she? Caitlyn Jenner's never worked a day in her life. She's been coasting off of Bruce's success her entire existence.
What, are you going to shoot him next? Solid joke. NASCAR honors Charlie Kirk with a flyover while his image is portrayed on the Jumbotron. Hell yeah. Guess I'm shopping at Bass Pro Shop from now on. UK is taken to the streets with chants of Charlie heard in honor of Charlie Kirk.
I've come out here because I've watched Charlie Kirk for a couple of years and I really admire him. He's so knowledgeable, he's articulate, he's so good-humoured, he's been insulted by people and he just keeps coming back with such good arguments, never insulting. I've never heard him be insulting, and I just love the man, and I think and his family is so beautiful. I really feel for his wife and little children, and yeah, it's just not the way to deal with differences of opinion, to shoot a man dead in the prime of his life.
I come here in solidarity and support for Charlie Kirk. I've been following Charlie since COVID times, and I do think he's a great man. He is a great influencer, and he challenges mind to think. So I do really love Charlie, and I'm very saddened for what happened to him.
And I think it's very important that people
share views and respect each other's opinion, and I think Charlie Kirk epitomised that attitude and tried to put that through to people that he came in contact with, especially young ones. And a lot of the problems today is because there's two sides to every story, but both sides won't respect the other side's opinion.
I'm going to end today's video with the difference between the response to Charlie Kirk's death and the response to George Floyd's death. See if you can tell a difference. What video was your favorite? Drop a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Conservative Vibes. I'm CV, and I'll see you in the next video.